Okay, I'll give you 50K. Do you think that that person is going to take 50K from you, and they were originally suing you 11 mil?
No.
Bro, you only worth 12 million too. So think about that. You can't get nobody your whole entire life, bro. I'm sorry. Take me to court. I saw
Bro,
Young
you was
Thug
talking about
make
Trey
it. Young
Songz?
Thug made it out. I'll try my chance. I'll try my chance at it.
Oh my
Thug made
God,
it out. You're right. Young Thug made it out, but he got the
that was a special
he he
situation, man.
he got some stipulations on him. So everybody, I just hit record, of course. Welcome to the. Have we named this? Yeah. So for now, it's called the Black Flag slash Black Rothschilds podcast.
Lord have
I'm
mercy.
your host. Well, I'm not the host. He the host.
Why
But
this
I'm
so long?
Arkeem Gibson. I'm just one of the regular old dudes in the show. We got Willie Thomas Jr., we got Shaquille Carter, and we got a bad impression of me, Anthony Gibson. Um, so without further ado, we're gonna get into everything that's going on. Take us in. Hi guys, I'm back. And today, first thing I want to pop off and talk about is Joy Taylor. Wish we had some bum bum bum.
Yeah.
All right, so Shaq, you heard everything about Joy Taylor?
Yeah, it's the girl that was hooking up with everybody at ESPN. That's right.
She wasn't just doing it just to do it. She was doing it to make a move, a major move. All I could do is hope for the best. Look, it's
Was
called
she
it's
wrong?
called using what you got. It's called using what you got to get to the top. Hey, look, y'all didn't get mad at Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder can't box. He used his hooks to get his $100 million. And look at him. He done had a few $100 million fights, 50, 100 million, whatever you want to call them. Millions is millions, my baby. That what Soldier Boy say. Millions is
Hold up.
millions.
Hold up. Did you just compare s- having sex, selling your body to doing your regular job and fighting
Well, is
and
that your
boxing?
biggest attribute? That's called taking advantage of your biggest attribute. Hey, look, maybe your right hook is your biggest attribute. Maybe your speed, something like Tyreek Hill. Her, she probably ain't much. She probably, hey, look, my PR skills probably better than hers. And this is my second pod. But she can do some things that I can't do. You feel me?
I don't
That's
know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't
that's
know.
heinous. It's pretty
Yeah.
bad. Pretty rough to say. Uh, she was doing something that anybody on Earth can do, right? Don't listen.
No,
Anybody on
no.
Earth can do. If you born physically with everything you need, you can do what she was doing. Did not
That's just like
require.
saying anybody can physically do what Deontay Wilder can do.
No, 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 no. I don't think you
No.
understand. I don't think you understand. I don't think
Some
you
things
understand. I don't
is
think
a
you understand.
talent.
What she did wasn't a talent, right? It's if walking is a talent, then okay. Walking might be a talent to somebody who can't walk. We all can walk. What
It's
she
somebody
did
giving
was
BJs right now. And tomorrow they ain't gonna wake up and get signed and get on Fox for no $1.5 million a year. She got a talent.
hey,
So
look. Go ahead, Shay.
I'm just wondering. So is the argument that she has more than just her her body? Like maybe she has like some like
Can speak
powers
fluid,
of
yes.
manipulation. Is that also the argument? Or do you think that she literally is just that good
No,
that they were
she a
like,
Nepo baby. She a Nepo baby for sure. Cause her brother is Jason Taylor, who was an All Pro Hall of Fame defensive end for the Miami Dolphins. So it wasn't like she was some chick off the street that was like, oh, some random Joe Blow who just hit it big and climbed the way up. She had a key, right? She had an entryway into the business, and that entryway
that helps?
was her brother. Let's be real. That gives you the name notoriety.
That's
And
called
then from
using
that
your
point on, she
attributes.
took over with the extracurriculars.
Yeah, it's some people whose brother. Yeah, see, she got top. So Shaq. The reason why everybody's mad at her is because she was a cocktail waitress No, she was a bartender in a club in Miami. One day, next day, she told all the waiters, "Hey y'all, I'ma holler at y'all. I got another job." I said, "Where you going?" "Oh, FS1. I'm gonna be on this show called Undisputed with Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless." I said, "Huh?" "Oh yeah, like that."
You
The
rose
the
to the
real
top, like
question, the real question I want from y'all, I mean, real answer I want from y'all is, was she right or wrong for like what she did? Like, is
that
that
was the first question I asked. Was it right or wrong?
Oh, I didn't think that was be a big question. Of course she was wrong. It's look because whenever you do something, so here it is, right? It's is she wrong in the sense of morality, and then you have to go what you base your morality is based off of. So it wasn't. She didn't get this position off merit. That's what this whole lawsuit is basically pointing at, is that she didn't get it off of merit. Merit means she went in there, she knocked out an interview, whatever. What she did was she did an offhanded thing that colloquially with women has been a blight as to how a woman got a position. Like right, like you know how they used to say with like the DEI, like black people, oh he only got it because of affirmative action. Like that's the type of route she took. Instead of that being a baseless claim, though, in this case, if it's found true, it's like no, she did what y'all say doesn't happen, or that people condemn, saying how can you accuse a woman for sleeping her way to the top? You shouldn't even do that. They did the same thing with Kamala, right? They said she slept her way to the top because she knew that that guy out in Vegas and whatever. And that was a lot of hearsay, a lot of trying to put stuff together. There was no actual thing like what Joy has, where somebody has like a court document saying no, she did X, Y, Z, blase, blase. And so when you say did she do anything wrong, I would say yes, because she verified something that women in the workplace have been trying to say that is just a man's imagination of what they would like to happen. So yes, if that's what she did.
okay? Shaq, what do you think?
I agree with what Willie said. I mean, she was wrong, and I mean, for all intents and purposes, she took the easy way out, or easy way up the ladder. So that's right there. That doesn't really shine as far as like what she is capable of doing. So that's number one. But then also, I really like the point that you made, Willie, about the affirmative action situation. 'Cause that's a very hot topic right now too, because they want to take that kind of stuff away from black people in general right now because they feel like, oh, you guys are not really earning what we're giving you right now, right? So I think it falls right in line. So I agree 100% what you said, Willie. So I'm on the side she's wrong.
Okay, I'm on the side. I'm not gonna say she's right, but I'm definitely not gonna say she's wrong. When you got people that do a lot of things to get out of, people hate being poor. Rich people really hate the thought of being poor. Have y'all ever, not had any money? Like just not had any money? Like just not had any money. And like, hey, look, I can't go there. I can't do this. Well, we all approaching 30 now. But imagine if you were your age right now and you had some kids and you had bills stacked up and you watching friends become doctors and lawyers and you just sitting in there, kind of making drinks for these niggas that's having, and then a bartender, you just watching other niggas have a good time. People will do anything to get out of that rat race. Even a blowjob. That's all it takes, So, she hooked up with and then this is the part that kills me. When you listen to the City Girls and when you listen to all these women who rap and sing, they always talk about, oh, I want a guy who's tall. Well, what do you got to talk? Oh, I want a guy who's money. I want a guy who got money. Well, she ran into a dude who got money. Break him for everything he worth. And put yourself in position. That's what she did. And then we call those girls gold diggers. We call those girls, I don't know what Willie called it, but say she's wrong for doing what she did. Well, she did what she had to do to get out of the situation. I seen videos, coyotes chewing themselves out of a trap. Hey, anything but to stay here and get cooked, right? So I can't do nothing but tip my hat. You did what you had to do. Now, hey, look, am I gonna date you? No, of course not. You the girl for me who did something like that? No. But I see you. And your game is recognized. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of lean towards Akeem on this one. Like, I mean, I'm not saying what she did was like ethical or nothing like that, but was it wrong? No. You know what I'm saying? If you can, it's almost like something I always say is learn to play the game or you just gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? She played the game the way it's played, and that was her trump card. I don't know if you can necessarily say that that's wrong for playing the game the way that it's played. Like, a pretty girl has access to things that a less attractive girl doesn't. You know what I mean? And it's the same way on both sides of things. So, but yeah. So moving on to the next topic, I want to put this on y'all's screen. Let's talk about this. Trump lays claim on Panama Canal and Greenland. So effectively, Trump, he's saying that he might want to take the Panama Canal back. And just a little history on it. I think the United States built the Panama Canal, like with the construction, and I think it was finished in like 1910 and 1900 or something, and we said we were going to maintain control of it for like 90 or 100 years, and we gave it back to them in 2000. And Trump is saying now he wants it back. I read that 40% of all containers pass through U.S. containers pass through the Panama Canal. So what do y'all think about that? Should he be able to take it back, or should we take it back? Or should we get some type of special discount for building the thing?
It's a
Wait,
phrase.
why did we give
I
it to
think
him in the first place? That's gonna heavily impact my answer.
we built it for him. I think if it was in the early 1900s, I think the president would have probably been like Teddy Roosevelt or whatever. But we built it for him. We gave it to him. They've been using it. And so I don't see how you go about getting it back without going to war. And so
it's Panama. That's gonna be easy.
But see, that's the
send
issue.
the National
Though.
Guard and beat Panama.
But that's the issue though, because the USA we're here to save the day. We're Captain America. We're not we're not bomb. We're not one for invading
what?
people who don't want us
America
to
is
invade
Mr.
them.
Take Something.
Yeah, but then you see in the so it's a game to be played, right? And in his way, he's talking a lot. And Anthony brought up something off pod one time. It's like, how much does he actually get done? Like, he says a whole lot, but how much of it actually gets done? How much of it is just like a pep rally for his base? And so to say that I'm going to take Greenland, right, which is sovereign to Denmark, and say I'm going to take the Panama Canal, which is sovereign to the country of Panama, and then at the same time to say I'm going to cut and make it cheaper to live in America, yet I'm going to invade countries, which increases everything, right? That just seems to me to be a lot of hypocrisy and a lot of just mouth, diarrhea. So we'll see. I don't put much faith in it to answer your question, Anthony. I think there's way bigger fish to fry than who owns Greenland, a population of less than 100,000 people, and a Panama Canal, one that we don't even use hardly for goods for us. Mainly our Atlantic coast is where we get a lot of our goods. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
feel like I feel like we I feel like there's a way bigger story at play here. I think for the last like probably like 70, 80 years, maybe even 100 years, we've kind of been in this mode of peace with the whole entire world, right? But if you really think about it, if you think about this at the basics or the basis of life and how Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Do you need certain things to survive? And if you can't do it, you need somebody to provide it for you. That's kind of what the US has been doing for the whole entire world. I mean, that's like our role now, but back in the day, we were doing it at a very large scale, right? But it was also mutually beneficial. So the Panama Canal, yes, we built it for them, let them use it, but like we also used it, right? And we built other infrastructure in other parts of the world too. Now look at what China's doing. They're doing the same thing, right? They're going to Africa, they're going to the Middle East, they're building infrastructure, right? And they're giving it to these countries, right? So that they can continue to use it for themselves. But also China's going to be using that. But where the problem comes is if you got somebody giving you a bunch of stuff, it's almost like it's like the saying that I'm pretty sure all of our moms, all of our grandmas have probably said to us at some point, nothing ain't free. If somebody giving you something free, they want something back. Now, if you think about it from that way, it kind of makes sense why Trump is just out here just saying, yeah, we're gonna take this because we built this stuff for you. We built your country. We built this canal. We built all this stuff up. I'm gonna big bully. I'm gonna just take it from you. Why?
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Okay, Shaq, do you see this? This is the Panama City, not Panama City. This is Panama president.
Hmm.
Say, President of Panama responds to Donald Trump's threats. Every square meter of the Panama Canal belongs to Panama and will continue belonging to Panama. Donald Trump's response? We'll see about that.
I mean, it just kind of goes back to the same deliberation that we said about old girl. Is it ethically right? No, but is he wrong, or is he wrong in the fact that like if we wanted it, we could have it? He's not.
Yeah, that's true. Same thing with Greenland. Like
Yeah.
originally, once you get past the part about it's preposterous to like take somebody's stuff, in this new world order that the United States kind of helped build the foundation for, it's like we don't believe in taking other people's stuff, or if you want some territory, you don't just go take it anymore. But Putin kind of blew that whole thing up, and when you look at it, Greenland has like a lot of rare minerals and rare materials and elements.
Yep.
And then on top of that, only 60,000 people live on the entire island. It's the largest island in the world. And then like from a military standpoint, I mean, it's right next to Russia, right in between us and Europe. So, from just like a logical standpoint, it's like it doesn't really seem like too bad of a deal. Like if we purchased it, now if we just went and took it,
Hurt?
that'd be
Hurt?
crazy.
Yeah, you got to use your assets, Anthony. You got to use what you have. We
Yeah,
just gonna blow
yeah.
them up if they don't give it to us.
I don't want to just
Hurt?
go take it.
So how do you
But
purchase it? You go to Denmark and you say, "Hey, we want to buy Greenland from y'all. How much is it gonna cost?"
that's right. That's right.
And then they say, "Well, we never sold a sovereign state before, so I don't know how much it's gonna cost. Let us think about it."
Well, you sure
Well, it
will
would be
price.
their
I'm gonna
Well,
be
I
back here
mean,
tomorrow.
it
I'm
would
gonna
be
be
the
back
their
here
extra.
tomorrow, And I'm gonna be walking, and then I'm gonna walk here tomorrow morning, and tomorrow evening I'm walking out with the deed to this place. All right, so you come up with a price or whatever. Just know tomorrow evening I'm walking out here with a deed to this place.
And so it
What's
brings, it
the
brings a good point.
GDP?
It brings a good point to what you were saying. What's the point of it, right? What's the point of owning Greenland? Far as like honestly, like if you was looked at it and you said, I want to own any bit of property, why not? Why not buy Taiwan? It's right next to China.
Man,
Why
that
not? Why not
GDP is
consolidate them with the United
3.26
States?
billion.
Three
Huh?
point
Man, we
six.
could man, we offered them $5 billion. Be like, man, hand it over.
Exactly.
Dude,
Exactly.
that's less than the city of Austin.
Bro. Bro.
Yep.
And where do you get it from, right? We talk about this goes into the bigger thing of everything, right? It's like we're talking about Elon Musk, his big homeboy, about government efficiency. Now, how efficient is it to complain about Joe Biden and all of them doing that military spending for Ukraine, and then take that same amount of money essentially and go buy a country,
Oh,
an island country?
so efficient. That man is so efficient. Because the land is way more
He, but
expensive
he,
or worth it at the end of the day.
but he's also basically buying Ukraine too. Basically, when this is all over, it's gonna be like, "What's up?" Oh yeah, you right.
Yep.
Yeah. I
But then
mean,
y'all,
only 60,000 people live there. Like, it's not like a whole country where it's like millions and millions of people. Like, it's 60,000. We like offer them double GDP. $6 billion, that's nothing to the US. Man, 6 billion, we get the strategic location and we get the rare minerals, man.
and we get
So
all the extra land to build all this
Then
infrastructure
why
that we
hasn't
need to build.
anybody like China bought him?
Because it's majority of the country is filled by like the Greenland ice sheet.
yeah, you buying a country that's literally in the Arctic Sea.
So
But
basically,
with
it's
global
like,
warming, that's gonna be
They were all going to move to Greenland.
it's gonna be green grass up there then.
We're all going to live on a continent that the reason why it has livable spaces spread out through it because it's like a mountain range that
Bro,
runs
in
halfway.
2100, when Florida and all them states down there are underwater, people gonna need somewhere to go, bro.
Look,
if you're from, hey, the only thing I know about Greenland was chalk zone. You remember that chalk blue? You said, if you're from Greenland, why are you blue? That's all I know.
so I don't know. I mean, on a literal sense, though, I posed this to y'all. Do y'all think coming into his presidency, his second term, that this should be something that is a forefront item? Because I remember the first term, it was we're going to get the wall built, and we saw how that went. We talk about a waste of money. There ain't enough illegals that I think cross that border that can account for that amount of money. And then what else did he say? We're going to get Mexico to pay for it. And I don't think that happened either. I think we paid for it. I think we paid for a half-built wall. I think we paid for a wall that, if you look at it from a engineering standpoint, it's still under construction. I don't even think people are working on it, but yet because it was never closed out, I think it's still under construction.
Did he even speak about building the wall during his last run?
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a
Nah,
huge.
I never heard them.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't hear it. Right? I'm just saying,
Oh!
did
You
he?
talking about in
I'm
2024?
talking about, yeah, the 2024 race. Did he speak about
Oh
the
yeah,
wall?
no, he ain't talking about the wall at all. Yeah, no. Yeah, 'cause, I mean, like what he say, it was a failed initiative, so he ain't gonna bring that up. But yeah,
Yeah,
you're
they ran
right.
the wall. So we'll see. Uh,
I think yeah. I mean, I get what you're. I get the parallel that you're drawing. That is he just on the same buzzwords and
yeah.
basically and is it gonna really amount to anything at the end of the day?
Is Congress going to sign off on that? Because who wants to be in a room saying, "Bro, am I really finna sign off on us trying to acquire the Panama Canal or Greenland?" Because then not only do we have to acquire it, we have to have people down there to work it. right? Because right now it's getting worked by the civilians of Panama. So if the U.S. takes over, now you got to have U.S. citizens down there, and now you're gonna have them in a hostile country. The only thing that really that main thing that country is known for is the Panama Canal and the trade between the Pacific and the Atlantic Oceans. And now you finna send some 10 something people down there to work it by themselves in a million country where they hate them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work.
It's gonna be a tough one. But now I want to draw y'all's attention to this right here, man. NBA ratings down, fans complaining, too many 3-pointers.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's not fun to watch anymore. Like, I mean, I won't say that because I still watch the NBA every now and then. I don't watch it all the time. I don't watch any sports all the time, but if I do watch sports, it's typically basketball, so typically NBA, and that is one thing that I have noticed. I'm like, I noticed it specifically with the Mavericks a few years ago, honestly, because they literally all they did was shoot 3-pointers, the whole entire team. It was like their whole strategy was if we can shoot as many 3-pointers as possible, then we might win a championship. Like if we shoot more 3-pointers than the other team, then enough of them are gonna go in. And they didn't. But now they switched up the strategy, and they have some different movers out there now doing some different things on the court. Shout out to shout out to D Lively. But I agree 100%. Everyone's just shooting 3-pointers. No one's really driving anymore these days. They're scared to get hit. But at the same time, the rules make it difficult for you to drive and make it difficult for you to for someone guarding you whenever you're driving. They're gonna get a foul called on them, and no one wants to really put hands on you. So you're always wide open. So it's like might as well just shoot three. So I think it's accumulation of problems. But what y'all think? Y'all think it's a 3-point frenzy out there?
When is the last time y'all watched the NBA game?
Yesterday.
A couple weeks ago for me, honestly.
It's been months for me.
Like on TV or something.
Just watch the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, it hadn't been that long. I don't know if 3-pointers are what's killing the ratings, or is it just the overall product? Because I do think the overall product of the NBA it's hit. I mean, because you got to think about it. At one point, it was like climbing astronomically, and people were like, "Oh, is it going to catch the NFL?" Yada yada yada. And then I think it's hit a stop wall, and we've definitely seen it with the legislation that's come through. Like with the new rule now, like you got to play in 65% of the games to be eligible for postseason awards. So you got to play in 65 out of 82 games. And then you just look
Mhm.
at these players that people pay to see, and they're just not playing. Plain and simple, they're either hurt, like Kawhi Leonard, or they're just taking days off.
Man,
And,
Kawhi
I
ain't been
think
hurt in 4 years. That man just getting a check.
I know, and that's the issue, right? Is that you pay to see LeBron. Like, remember when the players were all resting and all that was new? Like, people were like, oh, resting players, like that's new.
Low management.
Yeah, load management, right? And so you would go to a game that you would have people save their money for, and then they say, "Oh, we're going to see LeBron play, or we're going to see or whoever," right? And it's like, "Oh, they're missing. Oh, why are they missing? Are they sick? Are they hurt? Dang, no, load management. What? Well, you know
Yeah,
what?
I'm on record saying that Kawhi Leonard is the Kendrick Lamar of the NBA.
What is it? The
He's
break?
always he's always absent. Everybody says he's so great, but like, what the hell is he? And I will go on record and say Kawhi Leonard is the reason that the NBA's ratings are down. Let me tell you why.
Him,
When
him
Oh, he
so
never been there. Man ain't played
when
since 2019.
no, but who invented load management?
LeBron
Kawhi
and D
Leonard.
Wade.
No, Kawhi Leonard invented load management. This dude didn't play for years. And then when it was contract time, he still got paid. And everybody in the league saw that, man.
I thought it was Joel Embiid with the trust the process because he got drafted and he didn't play for 2 years
Kawhi
until
invented load
he got drafted.
management, bro. Kawhi Leonard invented load management.
Oh, I thought
I think he took it to
I didn't know
another
that.
level. I remember Wade and Bosch and all them was doing that
yeah,
load
they
management
did
stuff,
that
but
little thing.
but at least they still got back out there, man. This
I
dude
thought
Kawhi.
and see at least with Kawhi, like with Kawhi, we've seen his greatness, and so I won't say that he's the sole reason why because you saw him in that finals run with the Raptors, saw him with the Spurs, but dude, I think the issue is these new players. Like you look at Kawhi, and you know he's been in the league since 2011, right? So he's played a full career. But look at somebody like Zion who's been in the league for like 4 or 5 years now, but has only played 2 years worth of games. I brought up Joel Embiid. He was the Sixers' #1 pick. He didn't play for them for 2 years. He got drafted, and that's when they started trust the process. It's these new crop of players. Ja, right? The soul of Memphis gets caught up in some charges, and then he misses. Played 30 games last year. Missed all of the rest of them, right? So it's that's killing the game. Kyrie getting caught up. Well, he got caught up with him. When Brooklyn, he was like Brooklyn's biggest player. Look what's happening with the Suns. They suck. Why? Because people ain't playing. Bradley Beal hurt. KD hurt. Like it's the issue is now is that people are like, look, I'll just sit here and watch the highlights before I pay money to a game. Like I got burned personally on this in fantasy. Freaking Christian McCaffrey was gonna play Monday Night Football, first game of the season, right? They scratched him right before kickoff. He didn't play for 10 weeks. They said Christian McCaffrey, late scratch. Oh, dang. Well, he'll be back next week. 10 weeks later, he finally makes his season debut. That's what's killing it. Basketball more so than football, I guess. Football people just gonna keep the ratings. But that's what's killing it is that the players who people pay to see play aren't paying. And because most people aren't rich, they might save up to see 1 or 2 games. Now you can only imagine what it's like to save up to see 1 or 2 games to see the Lakers, and then LeBron doesn't play. Well, hell, I ain't going to no more games because obviously these boys ain't playing, so I ain't going to no more games.
Yeah, you can watch it at
Yeah.
home for that.
Yeah, I think it's a combo of all those things, man.
Hmm.
Load management, young players not like it's nobody to pass the torch to no more. Like without LeBron and Steph, it's like who's up next? You know what I'm saying? When Kobe was in his prime, you always knew LeBron was on his heels. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's just how it is, man.
Before you
It's
hop
so
off,
many
Anthony,
things.
what do you feel about the All Star game? Because that has been like a real hot bug topic as far as why the NBA has fallen off because of the way the All Star game is looked at more like a party instead of an actual game. Back when, like you mentioned, Kobe, right? Back when the East and
Uh,
West, we used to look forward to like, okay, we finna have KG and Kobe go up against, the guys from the East. And now they've got it so freaking weird. It's like a pickup basketball. I just get who I want, and we just come out, we dapping up in the middle of the game. Like one year they scored
yeah.
200 points. I was like, what is going on?
No
To me,
defense.
the All Star game was like a precursor of the current NBA we see now. Like that whole I don't care thing. It's like all over, and I put so much weight on Kawhi Leonard because I've been telling y'all for years. I don't think Kawhi likes playing basketball. I just think he good at it
That's
and he can
obvious
make
now.
millions of dollars from doing it. But I don't think he really loves the game like people of the past do. I think
Like
LeBron,
Jokic don't like basketball.
yeah, you will hear him say it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's like a means to an end now. It's not like they just love the
it's
game no
not their
more.
passion anymore.
And
Yeah.
and it's starting to shine through, man.
I think that could be a product of the way that people are brought like bred like throughout the middle school age, high school age, like their parents identify them as, oh, you're gonna be a football player, you're gonna be a basketball player, and then they dedicate their whole entire lives to only doing things in relation to that sport that identifies them. And so that's the only thing they know how to do. That's the only thing they've been told they can do and will do. And so they get to the NBA or they get to college and they play good. Then they go to the NBA and it's just been like, I just do this just because this is what I do. I don't really have a passion for this. Really, I like knitting or I like baking, but like I was never told that I could do that. I was told that I needed to do this. You know, I think there's a bunch of that going on because I have heard that at a high school level, people saying I don't have passion for
Well,
this.
I think the biggest thing, in my opinion, is money. So now in the NBA, players make way more money than they've ever had. Back in the days of like Kobe and them early in 2000s, even with Michael when he was playing, players didn't make that much money comparable, right? Across the board. Like you had your superstars who made, but across the
Mhm.
board, you didn't have a team set up where KD's making 40 million a year, Devin Booker's making 45 million a year, and then Bradley Beal's making 40 million a year. Like that type of budgeting didn't exist. So you had to scratch and claw, right? You had to have that mentality. Like, I got to earn what I get. Now, especially with the way it's set up in the collective bargaining, where you're gonna get paid no matter what. What's the incentive if I'll use somebody who's always hurt, Ben Simmons. I'm making 35 million a year, whether I'm on that court or whether I'm on this bench. Whether Anthony says I'm a bust or whether some kid says I'm the greatest thing happening. I have no incentive because I'm already making this much money and it's nothing special anymore, right? It used to be special to say, hey, bro, you Michael Jordan, you the first NBA player to make over 20 million a year. Now it's like, okay, okay. And then now, like you mentioned, high school, now that I knew about Zion Williamson when he was in eighth grade, no one, I didn't know who any of the people were in eighth grade. But I knew
No.
Zion because of how
Mm.
big and how commercialized it is. You're right. The heart ain't in it no more. For a lot of them, for a few, like Steph, like you mentioned Steph and them, they are. But for a lot of the younger generation, like even Jalen Green, I know more about him, not for basketball, but because he's in a relationship with Drea, who's like 20, he's like the same age as her son. Bro, that was never a talking point in the early NBA. You didn't know Kevin Garnett stepped. You never got it caught up in anything. It was just a product on the court. But now, just
Mm.
like 2K, it's became way more about the product off the court than on the court, and that's why it's suffering with ratings on the court, in my opinion.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yep.
Okay. So speaking of products, I want to bring this to y'all's attention. The TikTok ban. The first question I want to ask y'all, and then we can just kind of open it up and just let people share their thoughts. Do y'all think TikTok will be banned on January 19th?
No.
Okay, why not?
Oh, I thought he was gonna say no, yes, no, like that. Okay.
I'm gonna say yes because when does he get inaugurated? The
The
20th.
20.
So it's
Ah,
the day before, but they do have an appeal. They do have an appeal coming up
The appeal I
before the
remember was
ban.
January 9th, so that's tomorrow.
Oh,
So if
Yeah, I
and
don't
and,
think they're
and
gonna.
I don't think I think it's dead. I think it's dead
I think
because
he's gonna get.
he's not even a sitting president, so he can't really like his whole thing is like, hey y'all, and he went to the Justice Department, so the Justice Department have to look at it and say, you know what, I don't know, so he can't even pull his majority, right? Because the Justice Department can just be like, we ain't looking at it. We're not looking at any new legislation
they
until the
could
new.
be, but are they? I mean, they could say, yeah, you're right. You know what? Let's just keep these Chinese guys in here. They could, but are they? That's the question. And my
I
thing
don't
is,
think so.
how many things in America have we ever seen just abruptly change like that?
exactly. That's the same way I feel.
But we are in a different age, though. I
So
think
y'all,
that's
y'all think
important.
they're gonna change it, or are they gonna just stick with the same old, and say
They gonna keep
January
it. They
9th?
gonna keep it in there, man. Look, they gonna keep it in there. They gonna have to make some type of promises because remember they already pressed it and made them sell their algorithm to like Microsoft
Oracle.
or Oracle. Yeah, they already sold something to Oracle, and now they messing with them again. Remember, this ain't the first time they threatened to ban it. They just gonna make them give up something. They just want some money. Y'all give Trump 200-300 million dollars. Y'all stay alive. Y'all
You
just
think
grease him.
So do you think by the time the appeal ends tomorrow that something will come forward, or will the Justice Department just be like, "Look, that ain't us. We're gonna let the good times roll."
I ain't gonna cap. I don't know how they gonna do it, but I just know it's not gonna. Like I know it's not gonna get banned to where like they saying, "Oh yeah, take it out the app stores." Like because
Let's
I
play.
don't know if
Let's
you've
make a
seen
bet.
this. I don't know if you've seen this, but Trump he's in favor of not banning it, and he just
Hmm.
seemed to get his way. He just be
And
having his way. So I
and if you disagree with him, he come see about you, Jack.
That's like the linchpin in all of this is, let's say it gets banned. Let's say January 19th hits and it's kaput. Like they do it. Doom. Do you think Trump is going to care enough? Because this is what it is with him. It's how much he cares in that moment. If it gets banned, and they say, "Oh, okay, it's banned, Mr. President." Do you think on January 20th he's gonna get on there and say, "And for my first move, I'm gonna unban TikTok"? Or will he just be like, "Well, we gotta get the border. We gotta secure the border," and it's just gonna get caught in the mush, like a lot of other stuff gets caught in the mush, and it'll be the next Joe Blow app that everybody hops on, and 10 years from now, TikTok will be a flash in the pan.
well, I think that the TikTok CEO he gonna make that phone call, and he just gonna say how much. And Trump gonna say, hello,
I
who is
thought
this?" He
you
gonna
never
say, how
asked.
much? How much?
He gonna say,
And
"Oh, is this
and
Yang
once
Song Wu, huh? I didn't
yeah,
even tell
once
you
that
my name."
money once that money get buried somewhere on the Atlantic Ocean sea floor, $200 million, however much Trump says, in probably 6 months to a year and a
Trump probably
half,
gonna hit him over the
it'll be
head.
over.
Trump
So,
probably gonna hit him over the head, like, bro, I'm gonna need 200 million a quarter. It's like 200 million. Oh, that's easy. A quarter. Like, God.
so the
Yeah.
Well,
conspiracy behind this
175. I just might agree.
So the conspiracy behind this, because
Yeah. Next thing you know, Donald Trump Jr. is the COO of TikTok, and he getting paid 500 million a year.
the
It's
conspiracy
like, yeah,
behind
we
all this, though,
worked that
guys, is
boy.
that Joe Biden came out recently. The reason why TikTok was getting banned was because the U.S. government ruled it as like a spy agency. That this is how China is using to get spies into the U.S. government and like to hacking the government issues, and especially with that latest hack that they did on what was it? Was it that grocery train? Was it that grocery chain? Something that latest hack they did. And remember they had the oil company that got hacked that controlled how much whatever, and they're saying that these Chinese apps, because TikTok is actually owned by the state government of China. Like that guy, the CEO, whatever owner owns it, but the people who control the money and how it operates is the Chinese state government because it's a communist country. Nothing's really yours. Would they
Hmm.
allow that sale? He might want to sell it, but are they gonna allow to sell? Right? Because it already got banned in India for kind of the same reasons. So, are they gonna allow the sale? Are they gonna allow a Chinese company to be taken over by the U.S.? Because Huawei was a phone company, and they got knocked over the head for that spy stuff, and they got removed from the U.S. You can't buy Huawei phones in the U.S. anymore because of that whole. So, I don't know.
What do you think, Shaq? You ain't really chimed in on this one.
Yeah, I'm just listening to everybody's feedback. I think I agree with Willie that I don't think they're going to ban it. I mean, I do think that they're going to ban it. Said that backwards. I do think they're going to ban it. I don't think there's enough time to save it. I don't think the Justice Department cares about saving it either. Um, Now, you do make a very good point too about China being a communist country and anything in the country, at the end of the day, China owns that. And I do kind of agree with the conspiracy theorists out there saying that China can backdoor into our population with TikTok. I do think they have a very strong hold on making sure that we see the things that they want us to see. It's modern day flyering that they used to do back in the day during war times. They would drop the propaganda across the country, and then everybody can see all the different propaganda, the fake stuff. I mean, TikTok is that. Think about how even though it's enlightening, but how much more do you dislike our country now since TikTok came about? We know a lot about our country then, and we don't like it now. Like so many people are making jokes about it. So I do agree. I see both sides. I see why they want to get rid of it, but I also think that the damage might be done. I think no matter where you go now, TikTok just revealed to our population, even if it's not, if it is here or if it's not here, it just revealed our population that like, there's a way for us to spread information at a very rapid rate into a lot of people. And that can happen, that can really happen anywhere. It happen on Twitter, it can happen on Facebook, it can happen on Instagram. I mean, everybody's trying to copy TikTok anyways, all those apps anyway. So I mean, eventually it's gonna happen there. Like if TikTok goes
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, you made some really good points. I agree. It's like social media doesn't brainwash you like just sitting you in a room and making you watch, videos for 1,000 hours straight. It's like, death by 1,000 cuts. You know what I mean? It's like slowly
Yep.
shifting your mindset like that.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
I agree
because
with you on that. But one thing I want to say before you go, Arcane, Willie, I think you might have just spoke the truth. Like China, I think China itself would be too prideful to allow a sale. So that's gonna be a big
Hmm.
piece about the banning. And the last thing I want to ask y'all is, I guess I don't really know, but if you ban TikTok from the app stores, but it's already on my phone, like, can I still use it? Like, you remember when Flappy Bird like got taken out the app store, but you could still use it if you had it. So I'm wondering what the situation with that is gonna be like.
oh, they gonna shut it down. You think that it's gonna be something like that? It wasn't an act of Congress to slam Flappy Bird. This is an
Yeah.
act of Congress. They gon' if
Yep.
you try to get on VAM right now, you know what it look like. That's what it's gonna look like on
Okay.
It's
That's
just
what
gonna be
TikTok gonna
it's
look
gonna
like.
look like exactly if you go on redbox.com right now. It's just
Yeah,
gonna be
hey, you know what Cartoon Network look like right now? Yeah, CartoonNetwork.com. That's what it's gonna look like. Or live mixtapes or Dat Piff. Take your pick.
yeah, it's just gonna be a little
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, good point. Yeah, I agree. That's probably what's gonna happen. Even with a software update, I can imagine that they could just be like, next software update, wipe this from everybody's phones. Who
I
cares
locked.
about privacy?
I tried to log on to Dat Piff to try to find this mixtape we made in college. It just said the mountain
bro.
that
That's
was has
that's the
fled.
saddest thing you could type in. That thing gone,
It
gone.
said maybe you can download some of the archives. Man, oh, this thing
Remember when Dad Piff
gone.
closed? Not to segue too hard, and it said, "Hey, y'all got 3 days." They weren't lying about them. You got 3 days. That thing, man.
I don't really know who's that piss.
Dat Piff, it was like a mixtape website.
Okay, yeah, I ain't know about that. That must have been an Alabama situation then.
No, it
Dude,
was
it
worldwide.
was worldwide. But like Shaq, when
It was the
Redbox
biggest
died,
mixtape.
literally
Yeah.
the Redbox in here in Vicksburg, I went to it the day after they said they were shutting down. Brother, you could type in what DVDs you want, get it. When it came to the payment thing, it said payment accepted. Like you didn't have to put a card number in. It just said payment accepted. And it shot out your disc. And yeah, that was it. The financial center for Redbox was kaputs. That's why them boys came a week later and
Oh, so you got it
they
for
put their
free.
Redbox on the back of a truck and took it off somewhere.
So you got the DVD for free.
Dude, yes, bro. They had a thing saying, "Hey, if you please," it had like an honor code thing that says, "If you are like a good person, can you return your Redbox DVDs that you read?" But ain't nobody coming to collect no Redbox DVDs, man.
And that remind me of these two friends we had. They was in Panama. They tried to come down there instead of getting a hotel and get a tent. And they would around. They would call them. Oh man. But let me finish my thought. But hey, left them boys for dead. We ain't gonna talk about that. Um, what was I gonna say about TikTok? Oh yeah. So the reason I think that TikTok is gonna be here is because it's too much money being generated. They saying all this spy stuff, but and I want to correct you too, Willie. It's not owned by the Chinese government. It's owned by ByteDance, which is a company from out of China. Um, but it's a communist country, which means they have power over. There's no separation of business and state like America. So, with that being said, if they wanted to snatch a bunch of information, they couldn't stop the Chinese government. And excuse me, that's the argument. They said we will never. The guy said we will never turn in this information to the Chinese government. So you saying that, but them boys could show up with a tank at your office and say, "All right, now get here, reach it to me, reach it to me." but but my thing is, why if you get rid of TikTok, you got to get rid of everybody. You got to get rid of Toyota. Yeah, you got to get rid of everybody because in that case, anything can be taken. If we buying anything out of any communist countries, we got to get rid of AliExpress. We got to get rid of Alibaba,
Japan is
Temu,
Toyota is Japanese. It's
SoftBank.
not communist.
Let's just keep it
They're
real.
friendly.
Oh yeah. That's not. I'm sorry. Oof. Hey, don't put this out. Oh. Hey, look, I realized that when I said it, but look, you gotta get rid of everybody because if the Chinese government gonna say I'm gonna get some information, hey, let me team you. What's up? All right, they took TikTok. Hey, team you. What's up? And then we don't even want to bring up SoftBank. You know something about SoftBank? We don't want to bring up what they probably got access to. They done invested into hundreds, maybe thousands of American companies. They done invested trillions into American companies. So it's a vice grip out here. I don't know why TikTok is being the big brother getting pushed around. Oh, wow. Man, somebody setting that on fire. That ain't no nature, bro. That ain't no nature. That ain't no nature, man. Hey, you ain't.
I'm about to have to slide off in a minute, but yeah, that's a cigarette in a park that somebody's let loose and it did all that.
Man, hey, bro, come on. It's like on one house, bro. That ain't no nature, man. Come on.
Bro, did y'all see like how the last time it burned like that, they tracked down who may have caused it? They tried to hit that man over the head for 160 years, like 60 years in prison, because his cigarette is what started the fire that started that.
So they gonna get him for no reason.
It's because of those winds there.
No
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
So this is my thing, bro. How you know this came to my cigarette? I be on there. So you mean to tell me my cigarette destroyed California? Yeah. Hey, look. This is what I'm gonna say. I bet you he black. That man he gotta be black if they trying to say something like that.
And so like, dude, I used to be so confused with how it happens there, but then my mom was like, it's because of the Santa Ana winds. So like the fires here, like a fire burn here, it burned Joe Blow house down, but because it's so windy there, it just jumps around, and then before you know it, it's burning Joe Blow house, Anthony house, my house, Arkeem house, Shaq house. Then when we get my house cleared up, it's then burnt about 5 or 6, 7 more houses, and this is like a game of catch up. And then if it gets loose, it's over with. They canceling flights and everything. They making people have to reroute around Palisades to fly out of like San Francisco and stuff now. It's kind of nuts how it's just burning.
So is it in
whole area.
LA or is it just like somewhere in California?
It's LA
It's
County.
in L.A.
Yeah.
It's in L.A.
It's in LA.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, well, this podcast ain't gonna make it.
Well, boys, it was nice knowing you.
Uh,
We done disrespected the Asian community and California, calling the city and saying, "Hey, y'all, Black Flag."
uh,
Hey, we might just need to turn it to the skid, just straight start going at niggas.
I'm gonna
Hey,
take that
well,
in my
I mean,
shit.
but usually, whenever you take this route, you're gonna have to fight. Shay, you can fight, can't it?
Huh?
You can
Can I
fight,
fight?
right? Yeah.
Heard enough.
Uh-oh. I ain't like the sound of
Hey,
that.
hey, if I need to do something, trust me, I got you. I got you. You
Yeah.
know, I
You,
see red. You know,
we can run. I can run fast, and
But all right,
I can
y'all, I
run.
gotta go,
Hey,
man. I
hey,
gotta
I
shut
can run
off.
fast too, Shay.
we should run together. We're gonna leave Anthony and Willie
Hey,
standing there.
where you headed, Trill?
Oh man, I got a board game night that we do at 8, and so I'm gonna make it over there for that. But I think I gave enough time to
Virgin
it.
Fest. No, I'm just playing, man. Y'all gotta do y'all shit.
Hey, look, I didn't want
Y'all
to
gotta do
look. I
y'all
don't want to get
shit.
my personal life mixed with business, but
Hey,
yeah.
before you go, what type of board game y'all be playing?
Connect Four.
Look, we playing Nexus Ops.
All right, I'm gonna hang this shit up.
Peace.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta hang this shit up.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Nexus Ops.
I
But
ain't never heard of that
This
game
is
before.
I never heard of it
Yeah.
either. But we got a 30-minute pod, guys. Oh, wait, mine probably said something different. What does y'all say?
Mine says 56.
56. Okay, I must have got off from a while, and mine started over. I got off like 20 minutes in. Yeah.
Hmm.
I swapped over to my AirPod. See, it wouldn't let me swap mics, so I swapped over to my AirPod mic. That's why I don't sound good as well. A because he got an actual mic and Willie do too. But I got the best
Oh, I
I
thought you
got
were
the best
using.
camera.
I thought you were using AirPods too, Anthony. What happened?
I got them in, but it wouldn't let me
Well,
pull
I'm
from the
just
AirPod.
listening. I'm just listening through these, but I got a mic right here.
Yeah,
Mm. So
and I don't
that's why
have
I
a
need to
mic.
do the computer then, because the computer you can choose which source it's coming from.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this on YouTube, and I'm gonna put the first one on YouTube tonight. I had some things I had to deal with this truck and driver per usual, but we back on track. Can't keep a good
Hey.
nigga down. But well, hey, you remember that time I was in the gym and then I walked in and I saw you and then I walked straight out. You remember that? Dealing with that truck, man.
I was just about to ask, it's the same truck.
Yeah, it's the same one. Yeah.
Were y'all
Um,
driving a truck a couple weeks ago? I
mm-mm.
saw y'all.
We was
Oh
just
no,
getting
No,
it
we were
fixed.
just getting it fixed and doing stuff. Yeah,
oh okay.
yeah,
I'm
we
about to
weren't
say,
driving it though. Yeah, we
okay.
can't drive it. We don't know how to drive. I don't know. I know you pushed the red and yellow button in, but yeah, I don't know nothing else about it.
Yeah. Well, you gotta have a license too. I was like,
That was
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was like, them boys really risking it if they out there driving this 18 wheeler.
Oh nah.
Oh man.
But
Well, yeah.
yeah, this pod, I don't know what we're gonna call it. I don't know, Black Flag or whatever. But I got a way to really make it to really blow it up. Through my other platforms. Um, do you follow my second page, TBG Digital? Well, I got a
TBG
second
video.
page. Yeah,
We
it's
want to
like
make sure
it's
we get into the swing of things first.
yeah.
Then we
We're gonna get a few episodes, then we're gonna drop it. I can instantly make this big. So not instantly, but give me about 6 months. I can get us some fans and everything. You know,
Yeah.
I got
But no, I
control of the
don't.
public.
No, I don't have the. You sound like China over there, man. I can. I don't. You said TBG Digital. That's your other one.
Yeah, TVG_digital. That's really for the like a guy centric page, and I'm gonna promote this over there.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I follow it. I'll hit it up. But yeah, I'm a bounce too because I need to run an errand
Oh
before
yeah,
9 o'clock.
got yeah, got to do a lot of
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
Well, all right, man. Hey, call me if you can.
All right, I will.
All right. So all I do is hit leave.
Well,
Peace.
thank y'all for having me.